title of this passage?
A bad move.
A bad move. Awesome.
Bad move.
Let's count how many paragraphs we're about to read.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Now that we have read our title, we've counted our paragraphs. Earlier, we talked about how plot is a series of events that make up the story. We're going to read this text together. And when we read this text, what kind of things do you think I'm going to want us to be looking for?
Beginning, middle, and end.
Okay, so when we're done reading this, our goal is going to be to fill out our plot diagram here. Sound good? So we have our uh-oh, our really bad uh-oh, and then we have our phew. Okay, so how about we start reading? I'd like you to start right here with the word this.
This was the 4th time this year that Lynn was the new kid in school. 4 moves in 7 months. All because her mother's job kept them moving. She had decided back in December that making new friends was a waste of time. She could join no more clubs. She would add no new names to her cell phone list.
To her phone list, but you're right, it is. She probably does have a cell phone.
On her first day, the teacher welcomed her to the class and assigned a buddy to help her find her way around. This time it was a girl named Marley and Carly, or something. Lynn had stopped paying attention to kids' names. Lynn knew that she would forget them all, just as the other kids from all those other schools had probably forgotten her. As the teacher was giving Lynn papers filled with assignments to make up, Lynn made her decision at this school. She would be memorable. The next day, Tuesday, instead of wearing usual jeans and t-shirt, she wore a pair of bloomers from an old Raggedy Ann Halloween costume. She didn't brush her hair on Wednesday. She wore an old dress of her mother's, along with soccer cleats. At least they'll remember me after we've moved away, she thought. On Thursday, as she put a plaid shirt,
Good job.
skirt, a t-shirt, and a pile of long beaded necklaces her grandmother Anne had given her to play with. On Friday, they called her mother to school. She was a bit worried about what her mom would say when she saw her outfit, a hula skirt from a vacation in Hawaii, worn on top of a pair of tattered jeans. From inside the principal's office, she heard her mother and Mrs. Leonard talking. She'll be so excited, her mother said to Mrs. Leonard in the hallway. We've moved so often, but this time we're here to stay. I've got a new job in town. Finally, she'll be able to fit in.
Awesome. You just did a great job reading that, too. You added expression to it. Okay. We now want to figure out how we can determine what our plot diagram or plot mountain, when we were talking about this earlier, you called it, what did you call it before? Instead of the diagram?
Roller coaster.
The roller coaster. I love it. So let's start by here in the beginning. What can we determine happened in our beginning of our text?
This was her 4th time this year, and that Lynn was the new kid in school.
Okay, so I love that. You stated exactly what the text said. So it's the beginning of the school year for her, and she is now the brand new kid. Okay? Anything else you'd like to add to your beginning?
And she also And the reason why she moved a lot was her mom's job.
Okay, that's a huge part. I think that that's important to know. Not only was she the new kid at school, but now she was
mother's job.
Her mother job that just kept moving. So she had to start a whole lot of new schools frequently. Okay, so we just figured out the uh-oh part of our diagram. Let's start rolling up our roller coaster and let's see. What happened in the middle of our story?
The next day, Tuesday, instead of wearing usually jeans and t-shirts, she wore bloomers, old raggedy, and Halloween costume. She didn't brush her hair on Wednesday.
Hold on, she didn't brush her hair, period. So you pause. On Wednesday. She wore an old dress of her mother's, along with soccer cleats. Okay, time out right there. You just did a great job identifying what she did, but I'm a little confused. Why did she make the decision to start wearing those kind of different looking clothing? Because she was at a new school and she thought she would not be there because she moves a lot, so long. So that's exactly it. What does it say in paragraph 3 specifically that she wanted to do? What was her goal at that moment? To be memorable at that school. Okay, what can we think the word memorable may mean? Like they will think about her all the time? Okay, think about her and know what they're talking about when she comes to mind. All right, so let's start and let's rewind real quick. Beginning, we said she was a new kid. Why was she a new kid? Because she moves a lot. Okay. Why did they move a lot? Because her mother's job. Love it. So we have our beginning. We start going up our roller coaster. What did she decide to do at this new school that was different from her other schools? Wear clothes that she shouldn't have worn because she thought she wouldn't be there for a long time because she kept moving. I love it. So now all of a sudden we're at the peak. What happened in the end? As we start going down this roller coaster, what happened at the end of the story? Her mom said to Mrs. Leonard in the hallway, "We've moved so often, but this time we're here to stay." And she got a new job, and she said she'll be able to fit in. She'll be able to fit in. So at the end of the story, we learned, is Lynn and her family going to stay at this school? Not like Lynn said. She thought that she's gonna move again because she moves a lot, but her mom said that she's not gonna move this time. So what she learned in this story? Okay, so what did Lynn learn? I like that you just took it there. To just be yourself. Okay, just be yourself because you never know. You never know if you're going to stay or move. I love it. Okay, so in the end, phew, she was going to stay in the same spot, but at the same time, she didn't solve the problem of moving so frequently. But what she learned, though, you said what did she learn? To be herself. To be herself. So her initial problem got fixed. But she also took a lesson out of it and learned that it's important to always be yourself. I think you just did a great job identifying the different parts of our plot, and we went on the whole roller coaster ride. You did a great job.